I arrived late to the Christmas party and heard my parents making a toast. It's great that Matthew didn't come. No one likes having him here, my brother added. I quietly stepped outside and called my lawyer. The party was over in 15 minutes. I stood in the freezing snow for a minute, brushing the white flakes off my charcoal overcoat. I took a deep breath, preparing to put on the same fake, polite smile I wore every year for my family's annual Christmas Eve party. I was always the black sheep, the boring, quiet one who worked 80-hour weeks to build a company from nothing, while my younger brother Lucas played the charismatic golden child. Despite the constant subtle digs about my lack of a social life, I still showed up. More importantly, I still paid for everything. 3 years ago, my parents were on the brink of bankruptcy. I quietly bought their massive colonial estate under an LLC and let them live there rent-free. I leased Lucas's luxury SUV because his credit was completely destroyed. I funded this very party, right down to the imported champagne. I never threw it in their faces. I just wanted a family. I unlocked the front door as quietly as possible, slipping into the dark hallway so I wouldn't interrupt. The speech echoing from the dining room. It was my father. And a toast to our beautiful family, my dad boomed, the sound of crystal glasses clinking in the air. Honestly, it's a blessing that Matthew didn't come tonight. We can actually relax this year without his depressing, uptight energy ruining the vibe. I froze, my hand still resting on the cold brass doorknob. Cheers to that, my brother Lucas added, his voice dripping with arrogant smugness. No one likes having him here anyway. The guy is a walking rain cloud. I'm just glad his credit card cleared for the caterers before he bailed. My mother let out a soft, approving laugh. Oh, Lucas, be nice. But yes, it is certainly more peaceful without him. The entire room erupted into warm, shared laughter. Aunts, uncles, cousins, people whose mortgages I had helped pay, whose children's college funds I had contributed to. My blood didn't boil. I didn't feel a sudden rush of blind rage. Instead, I felt an eerie, absolute clarity. The last thread of familial obligation inside me simply snapped. I didn't barge in. I didn't scream or demand an apology. I quietly stepped backward, closed the heavy oak door without making a sound, and stood back out on the icy porch. I pulled out my phone and dialed my lawyer. David. It was Christmas Eve, but I keep him on a massive retainer for a reason. He answered on the second ring. David, I said, my voice barely above a whisper, steady and devoid of all emotion. Trigger the eviction clause on the Willow Creek property. 30-day notice, effective immediately. Email it to them right now. Matthew, it's Christmas, David paused. Are you absolutely sure? I've never been more sure of anything in my life. And cancel the insurance and registration on Lucas's SUV. The lease is in my LLC's name. If he drives it tomorrow, report it stolen. I hung up and immediately dialed the head of the luxury catering company. I'm the one footing the bill for tonight, I told him, watching the warm glow of the dining room windows from the dark driveway. Pack up the food, take all the alcohol, and leave. If your crew is out of that house in 10 minutes, you keep the full payment, and I will wire you a $10,000 tip. I sat in my idling car watching the scene unfold. Less than 10 minutes later, the front door swung open. A fleet of caterers practically sprinted out, carrying heavy silver trays of prime rib, untouched bottles of Dom Perignon, and the elaborate dessert tower. Through the frosted glass, I watched the arrogant joy in the